It's late Tuesday morning. Welcome to my market report. Now, quite a few things happening on the stock market. Firstly, the Dow Jones index. It was up again on Monday night, up around 1%, and it's had some very strong gains over the past week. In fact, the Dow has now recovered all of its losses for 2010. Remember that May in particular was an awful month for share markets. Our market has also rallied. It hit a low of about, I think, 4,175 just a month and a half ago. It's back over 4,500 points this morning, although it must be remembered this is a long way away from its peak in late 2007. Now, there's some interesting things going on in the world of retailing. For, the best part of a decade now, Woolworths has been the clear leader when it came to the duopoly that is Australian supermarkets. However, that seems to be changing. Wesfarmers produced a very good profit and sales report yesterday, and this is in contrast to a rather anemic sales report that Woolworths came out with late last week. So is the baton starting to change? Is Coles starting to finally regain some lost ground on its rival Woolworths or Safeways? Some people say that the success of MasterChef actually has a lot to do with this because, of course, Coles is a major sponsor for MasterChef, which has been one of the most popular programs in Australian television history. Also, the bank stocks are back on the way up. Now, I mentioned in the political report earlier with my father that there is a chance, not a high one, but a chance that the Reserve Bank will increase interest rates next week. Tomorrow, which is Wednesday, some crucial consumer price index inflation data will be out. Depending on what that is, if quarterly price rises are below about 0.7, 0.8%, that level or below, the Reserve Bank won't do anything. If, however, quarterly inflation is above 1%, which means annualised inflation is trending over 4%, you could see an interest rate rise during this election campaign. And obviously, as it wasn't very good for John Howard 3 years ago, it probably wouldn't be particularly good for the Gillard government. My prediction, however, is that interest rates will stay on hold, but between now and October, November, I think we'll see one more rise. The $8 is very strong, so maybe the foreign exchange markets are telling us that they think Australian interest rates are going up, and our dollar is now over 90 US cents, which it hasn't been for a few months. And finally, when it comes to takeovers, Centennial Coal's had a bit of good news. Now, it's under takeover by Banpu, which is a Thai coal company. The bid is $6.20 a share. Centennial have actually said that they will pay their shareholders an extra 4 cents fully franked as a dividend. That won't come off the takeover consideration, so the value of that bid is now $6.24. It only remains for the Foreign Investment Review Board to give approval. That will almost certainly happen in the month after the election, and the takeover should complete in about October 2010. Thank you very much.